Alright guys, welcome aboard. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a good, what is it, Thursday? It seems like Friday. I swear, I want it to be Friday for some reason. Anyway, over here in California, we're going to get a little bit of rain. It's raining up in, the Bay Area, and so I figured we'd do a little bit of a flight from there down to Southern California where it's still sunny out here. We're going to go from Modesto over to Chino, and we're going to take the old 550 here. Let's jump inside, get everything set up. You can see it's raining here in Modesto, so this should be an interesting departure. Let's get our doors closed up here. We're going to refuel first. Nope, nobody going to be sitting in the other seats there. Check our ground, get the chocks off, get the doors shut up. Weights are good, sounds all up for departure. Alright, let's get everything fired up over here. We'll go cabin pressurization to normal. Get all the electricals fired up. Nav lights on, beacon on. And let's see, we're going to turn up the dash lights just a little bit. Go over to autopilot on here, and let's throw in our flight plan. So we are at Modesto, KM, where the heck did the M go? I forgot what the heck the identifier is. MOD. Duh. MOD. Yep, that's us. And we're going to be going to Chino, CNO. And we do have a little bit of routing we can do here. Taking a look at SimBrief. Let's see what they got for departures. They're saying take off 28 right. Okay, we'll do that. Let's go load departure 28 right. And that's it. That's it. No, nothing else, huh? Move departure. Is that the only departure we have? Let's try this again. Load departure 28 right. Yeah. Okay. I thought there would be at least some sort of a departure. At least according to SimBrief. There's a Jaguar, unless that's just an intersection. Yeah, I think that's just an intersection. Alright, so let's do this. And then coming into Chino. 26 left. Let's load the arrival. And we'll do ILS, because it might be kind of crappy down there. So let's do the ILS to 26 right. And I think Ziggy was what we were getting from, yeah, Ziggy 7. And EHF, whatever that is, I can't remember. Alright, there we go. So we had another intersection in here. So I'm going to insert it. Jaguar. Not quite sure what that is, but let's insert after Modesto J A G W A, and we're gonna go over here. No, we're gonna leave that. All right. So I got to come over here, go to bring up our map flight plan. All right, we're gonna activate that one. Get the right leg. I don't know if you can activate the leg on here, but that's what I was trying to do. Alright, and let me go over here. And let's take a look at our plan view here. So take off. Yeah, there's that intersection. That's what that was. Pretty much straight shot down the valley, and then a nice little turnaround here. This looks a little hokey, but I think we're gonna get rid of that Paradise VOR. We'll go direct to, because they're not gonna be zigging and zagging here. We're just gonna come right in and then do the straight in. So really, Paradise VOR we can get rid of. Let's see, delete, insert, remove waypoint. There we go. All right, let's just zoom in here. All right, that looks better. So Ziggy over to there, to Lemon, Dewey, and into the airport. And then alternate, we'll go into Riverside over here just in case. Not sure why it has the had the Paradise VOR in there. That's kind of weird. Alright, let's get rid of the flight plan, get rid of that. Come over here to get some stuff set up. Get rid of all this crap. We don't need that. Alright, flight plan is in. We don't really need to go up too high. So I'm just going to set 21,000. 180 is the initial departure. I always set my climb rate somewhere around 2,300-ish. Alright, just taking a look. Let's take a look at our actual charts here. So let's take a look at, what is it, Modesto, okay, MOD. Elevation is 97 feet, really. I'm going to take a look at what I'm getting injected for weather. Altimeter is 2983. Let's see how that pans out. 2983. Alright, right around the same elevation, so that looks good. Let's take a look at our airport diagram. We'll figure out where the heck we're going. We're going to 28 right. Alrighty, oh perfect. So we just got to take a left out of here, down Alpha, all the way to 28 right. Perfect. I like it. I like it when it's nice and simple. Get that out of the way. Make sure I can see my chat. Alright, I thought I got that out of the way. Alright, I think we're ready to get fired up over here. Let's get the engines going. We'll head down to the end of the runway over there and take off into the muck over here. Got my coffee going for today's flight. So flight time should be right about an hour or so. We'll see how see what kind of winds we get up at altitude. Alright, let's go beacon on, taxi light on, and transponder. We're gonna go code 2200. And we'll put that on altitude for right now. Let's get our flaps set and get our trim ready for takeoff. Just watching it up here. There we go. Alright, looking good. I think we're good. Brakes off. Just a sound here in just a minute. Alright, let's turn that down just a little bit. I'm going to turn down the interior. That's all the wind noise. And we'll go something like that. There we go. I don't think I've ever flown out of Modesto here. Let's pop outside here. Well, it is raining here. Alright, let's see. Lights, camera, transponder set. Action, flaps are set for takeoff, and trim tab is set. Just got to get our landing lights on, which I just did with a keystroke there. And winds are pretty calm here, 1 knot. Considering the rain that's coming down. There's like a cold front or something. Well, it is a cold front. Turn down my volume here next to my desk so it doesn't get some feedback. Alright, let's power up and get out of here. Right, takeoff power is set. Looking for about 90 knots. 90. Let's rotate. Gear coming up. Flaps up. Alright, yaw dampener can come on. Autopilot on. I'm going to go to heading hold here, and then we'll swing us around to pick up our departure there. And we're going to go to 180 indicated airspeed. We're going to bump that up to about 130. We're going to go into the clouds here any second. Alright, goodbye Modesto here. Get that turn around. How's everybody doing? Having a good Thursday? Like I said earlier here, ooh, I think I just saw some lightning. Feels like a Friday here. Look at that rain. Getting some returns on the radar here too. In and out of the clouds. Go ahead and bring up the sectional chart. And actually, I think I'm too far up for the LA sectional here, so we'll just keep the default map. So we are at Modesto, and we are going all the way down to Chino, someplace right around here. Test my chat just to make sure it's working. Hello. There it goes. Alright, got it. Super. And looks like our course is coming in right here. Get some more music going here. Actually, I'm going to hit nav right now so we can capture our departure. Alright, there's 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and speed it up to about 260. We'll see how high up we gotta go. Hey, Caleb. How's it going? Boy, I'm getting over the flu here. That's how I'm doing. I'm alright, but we had the flu go through my house last weekend. Alright, so we're gonna have a nice leisurely climb up to, what are we going to, 21,000 feet. Gonna do a flyby here. Well, we should see the weather clearing out. Like I said, there's a cold front that's going through like central California right now, and this is pretty much where it's at. So it should clear out when we get just past it here, a little bit farther down the valley. And let's get some lights off of here. Landing light off. Recognition lights can come off. Everything else looks good. So you got 58 minutes, but we're going to speed up a little bit here. Although we're getting a good about 10 knot headwind. We'll see how that adjusts as we go. I got a cough drop and I'm sucking down coffee to keep myself from coughing here. Crazy X-plane here. What are you doing? We got some turbulence. Yeah, it's picking up a little bit more headwind here. I'll punch in our final cruise altitude, or correction, cruise speed. 274 once we get a little bit closer here to our altitude. Let's see, what I'm going to do is bring up the real world radar. Let's take a look to see what's happening. There we go. That's where we departed from, and gonna fly pretty much over the top of this crud. Down into Chino. And where are we at? Coming up to 20,000 feet. still kind of broken down there. And let's see, 21,000. Come on, keep going. I go to vertical speed hold here. I think sometimes in the chop this plane has a little bit of trouble holding the indicated airspeed. Different situations here. But I put in our final speed there. We'll climb out at 500 feet here for the remainder. Perfect. Right out of the chop. Hopefully it's a smooth ride to the rest of the way down. Alright. Auto throttle on. Usually engage the auto throttle within 200 feet of our target altitude there. That should bring us up to 274. If our winds would stop changing around here. Play around with my views here a little bit. I don't know what I had for that one.
Unable to find view ID 15.
I want to change this one around a little bit. I think that'll look nice when we can see something other than clouds. What are we doing on our frames here? 26, not bad. And just coming up to Fresno, it looks like.
Unable to find view ID 15.
I think I'm going to add another view. I'm not sure what I want to do though. See. First I gotta figure out which one this is.
Unable to find view ID 15.
15. Alright, so let's add.
Added camera 13 to category cockpit.
I'll call it 15. And let me see. Yep. I like screwing around with my views. You can get some pretty nice views. I'll go outside of the airplane without getting the airplane noise. I think the airplane noise is unfortunately there's like a bubble around the airplane where you won't get the noise. Let's see. Yeah, forward a little bit. I want to go down like on the wing. I wish there was a way of getting rid of the sound for a particular view. There might be, I just don't know what the heck to do. External camera. Ooh. Not sure what the hell that did. That's kind of weird. Okay. I want to mess up my other views. I have no clue where I'm going with this thing. Oh, we get the floor view. Think about this for a minute. Alright, let's go up, up. Yeah, really? Come on. I'm just gonna have to deal with that noise, huh? Let's do this. Let's see. Anything on sound? And I turn the sound off for a particular view. Kind of like that. I'm going to call it wing view. I'm going to get dizzy watching that, huh? I think it's better without it. Cineplex, wow. Not sure what the heck that does. Gee, what the heck did I do now? That's not what I wanted. Gonna exit out of that. Yeah, crap. I don't know how it put me back there. Pushing the right keys, come on. Alright, I'm going to save that. First thing, we got to screw with our sound every time we go in and out of that view. Otherwise, it's pretty loud. That's not too bad. Alright. Enough screwing around with the views. We got 33 minutes to go. Let's take a look at that. Where are we? Just past Fresno. About halfway from well, Merced to Bakersfield. Take a look at that radar again. And we should be getting some clearer weather here coming up soon. Kind of right on the edge of it. Sorry about that. Adjust my chair here a little bit. There we go. I see some clearing finally. Hey Scott, you're moving finally, huh? Do I recommend any gaming desk? Do you know what I use? So I've got like the IKEA do-it-yourself deal. Yeah, so the desks that I use, it's just the countertops that you can get at IKEA, and then you can also get the legs. So it's a nice solid, you know, I don't know what this one is, like an 8 by whatever, you know, your standard kind of countertop. And then you get the legs that you screw on. I think the counters range from, you know, they're like $100 or something like that, give or take, depending on what kind you get. And then they also have the little kind of cable management, you know, rack that you screw in on the bottom of the desk. Makes for a nice clean setup. It's not even a desk. It's if you actually look at countertops, you have to look at like kitchen countertops. You go to IKEA website and watch. I'll show you here. Let me see. I'll tell you what I got. Show you exactly what I got. Alright, so IKEA. This is it. Alright, so this is what you get. Again, these are some of the more expensive ones. You can see they've got different ones for, you know, a little bit less, but I think I have this one here. And if you got a pickup truck, or you got some way to get it home or get it delivered, I guess, it's nice and flat, nice and heavy. And then you can get, let's see, desk legs. There you go. Then you get these legs here. And they're cheap, $4. They got different colors and whatnot. You just get a couple of those, screw them to the bottom, and you've got your desk. And I think they got a cable rack. Whoops, I'll do that. Cable, there we go. Cable management. 15 bucks. You screw that to the bottom so it keeps all your cables out of your way, off of your feet. So for what, let's say 70, 80 bucks for the countertop, another 20 bucks for the 4 legs. That's like 100 bucks. So for 130 bucks, 140 bucks, you can have a really nice big desk. And you can always cut it, you know. Your Mazda 3 sedan. Hey, listen, if you got a rack, you know, you got a roof rack or something, that's what I do. You know, instead of throwing my surfboard on there, I just throw that countertop on there. Yeah, let's see. When do we got to descend? I don't know. How much farther we got to go here? We got quite a ways still. 30 minutes out. But we're only at 21,000 feet. Yeah, it's a good deal if you ever watch some of the other, like the tech guys on YouTube. You know, they've got like setup wars, whatnot. That's where I got that idea. Makes for a nice clean. You got a big counter, lots of desk space for all the monitors. Let's see, I think, did we just go by Bakersfield? I know, coming up to Bakersfield. Dead ahead, yep. Yeah, see, I mean, you're gonna pay that much for a gaming desk. I'm telling you, check out the IKEA. Can't beat it, because that's how much you're, you know, like I said, I mean, just what we looked at was like $130 total, you know, maybe $150 with tax or whatever you got to pay. And at least in my opinion, it's a lot nicer setup, nice and clean. And you can always get, you know, if you want drawers or something like that, they have units, you know, just drawer units, all that good stuff. You might be able to get it delivered too, you know, for probably going to cost you a little bit more, but, or if you got, you know, somebody that can deliver it for you, pick it up with you, kind of thing. Like I said, I drive an Audi A3 with a surfboard roof rack on, so I made it work there. Had to drive kind of slow on the freeway, but I made it home. Alright, right over Bakersfield, perfect. This is looking nice. We'll see what kind of weather we got in Chino. What's this guy got? Why is he blue? Broken. 3,000. Alright, so we got some clouds. This guy says clear right next door. Yeah, so much for automated observations. So you can see the one over here at Laverne is not an automated observation. This is an actual person looked up, and it's broken at 3,000. Right next door at Upland, the automated one says it's clear. Yeah, all those CDs, DVDs, all that stuff. we're clearing that stuff out too. So the other day I was exploring a little bit on X-plane, and I was just tooling around the high desert of California for the heck of it. And I think the next flight I do, which I was actually going to do today, but I decided to do this one instead just because there's some weather to fly through. There's some nice abandoned, like old Army airfields from World War II all around the high desert area, around Edwards and Victorville. So I took the Warrior out, the Archer Warrior, and was flying around over there just for the heck of it. It was kind of fun. Yeah, the older you get, the more stuff you collect. Trust me, I know. Luckily, I've moved a number of times and managed to thin stuff out every time. Coming up to the end of the valley here. Well, let's see how much farther we get to go here. $15 to final. DTE final. Oh no, that's local time. Sorry, 20 minutes to final. Thought this thing told me total time. What's the distance I got to go? Well, let's see here. There's, what is that? 50, about 100 miles, probably 90 miles to go so far. Just eyeballing it here. Alright, I think I'm going to start our descent here. Let's see, what are we going to go to? Well, I'll go to 12,000 to start out with. That'll keep us clear of the San Bernardino Mountains here. Matter of fact, I'm still, I think I got a little bit of time here. We'll wait till we're right about PMD. Is that Palmdale? Let's see, checking our weather here. KPMD. Yeah, that's Palmdale. So we don't have to descend until we actually just past Palmdale. And they have no significant weather, so I think we're good there. The tower records? Yeah, someplace in Cali. Yeah, one of the interesting airfields I went into was Victorville, on that little flight I was talking about earlier, out here. And I didn't realize that that used to be George Air Force Base. Yeah, 270, I always set it for 274, because if you go over that, the autopilot starts oscillating. So just max it out. Yeah, this airport right here, Victorville, we're gonna kind of fly by it. We'll see if we can see it. But that's the former George Air Force Base. Currently it's being used by well, it's sort of like, what is it? Storage for airliners and whatnot. So it's kind of interesting. They've actually got a whole bunch of airliners on the ramp. Just get set up for our descent here. Come on, catch up. Yeah, actually, you know what's funny? The SR-71, I flew that on X-plane for the first time ever yesterday. So it's funny you mention that. Just for the heck of it, I told you I was flying around this area here, just checking out some of these small airfields. Landed there at Victorville, and just for the heck of it, I was like, because it's right next to Edwards, I jumped in the SR-71 and figured out how to start it. It's not very good. I can only get it up to like Mach 1.4 or something like that. And it really didn't want to fly any higher than like 47,000 feet. So, I mean, the one that's in X-plane is a little quirky. Not modeled very well. What are we coming up to here? Is this, yeah, that's Palmdale. And you can see Edwards off to the side over here. Yeah, like I said, it was a little weird. It's the first time I've ever flown it, and I don't know why. I think because I was out near Edwards, and I was like, oh, let me fly a SR-71. It handled fine for like the first 20,000 feet, but I think it was like way underpowered. And if you got it going any decent speed, I got it towards Mach 1, which, you know, this thing can do like Mach, what, 3 or something like that. It started acting really weird, really mushy, very, very touchy. I ended up crashing it. So. Yeah, it'd be nice to... Do we have a... Is the Concorde on here? I can't even remember. Do we have the Concorde? Yeah, here's the SR-71. We don't have a Concorde on here, do we? At least I don't. Alright, let's go down to 12,000. Believe it or not, we can clear these mountains at 12,000. Even though I think we're going to kind of scoot around. So I'm going to slow us down as soon as we finish this turn. Let the speed bleed off here just a little bit before I go into my vertical descent. And I think I had, what did I pick here? I think I had an ILS. Yeah, 2.6 right, so I'm going to tune that in just to make sure. Was it left or right? I think I said right. Set nav 1. Perfect. No, I never saw that guy. I did see, maybe I did see him. There was one guy that I saw that was just screwing around doing weird. He had like videos that were like, you know, 2 or 3 minutes long. I don't remember his name though, but he doing weird stuff with planes. Yeah, that sounds, maybe it's the same guy I saw. Kind of sounds like the one I was watching. He knew enough to get him started, and that was about it. So don't mind my weird coloring here. I have no idea why Ortho is doing this to me. But George Air Force Base, or Victorville, I think is right there. Yeah, looks like we're going to go through the Cajon Pass right here, and then circle back around for Chino. I guess I should probably pull up the chart, since it might be at least an instrument approach. And let's see, approach 26 right. And we're going down to 4,400, well 2,100, I said 2,100. Yeah, so I did this, I redid one of my squares for ortho, and unfortunately the coloring is a little bit off, and then it does this weird thing all around Victorville here. Not sure what the heck it's doing, but I don't know, I might have to redo this square again. Yeah, there's Victorville Airport right there. Let me see if we can see any of the planes. Yeah, there you go, look at that. Tons of planes parked out here, all on the ramp. We'll hold 12,000 until we get through the pass here. Yeah, it does look like a force field, don't it? I'm not sure what ortho's doing. There's maybe some setting where it's, for some reason, it's like meshing stuff together, and unfortunately it's doing this. And this one square is kind of darker like this. Let's see here, we can see it out. There we go. Yeah, you can see it. The rest of it looks nice, except for this one area turns a little dark. Alright, it says 7 minutes to Chino here. We're just going to eyeball the altitudes here. There's the Cajon Pass. If you're ever in Southern California and you drive from like LA out to Vegas, you come up this way. And every time we get a rainstorm or something like that, it ends up snowing, and a lot of times this gets shut down. A one-horser, huh? What do you mean by that? Do I have experience flying? Yes, I do. I have my private license, but I haven't flown in a long time due to the fact that I don't have a current medical. But I learned to fly in Southern California, so I'm familiar with everything. Oh, okay, gotcha. Now, actually, everything, there's nothing in Southern California in the LA basin that's tiny anymore. Let's put it that way. Chino used to be, like way back in the day, I used to fly from San Diego, and just for the heck of it, Chino was one of those little stops. Because it was out in the, east side of the LA basin, and there was like nothing out there but cow pastures. And now it's all built up. Uh-oh, looks like we're going to be IFR here. Let me check the weather. Let's see, Chino currently broke in at 3,400. Yeah, it kind of still is, maybe, that sort of this section of the basin. Still a lot of agriculture and stuff like that, but it's way more built up now. Alright, and since we're IFR here, I'm going to go ahead and keep an eye on the terrain here, just make sure we don't descend into any mountains here. No, everything's looking good. There we go. Now we're popping out. Yeah, you can see, so pretty built up. But all of this used to be all just cow pastures. I remember that because when we'd fly, you know, way back, like, oh boy, a lot of years ago, fly out here, and it's like, you know, once you get close, you can smell the cows. And I'm gonna slow it down, and let's get way down here. I think we're going to go visual here in a few minutes, hopefully. Let's see if I can see Chino. Where are you? I don't see the airport yet. But it's off someplace over here, I think. Yeah, the whole area is pretty built up. I mean, you can see lots of housing and everything else. There's still a lot of open land, and still some cattle out this way. There's some places like, what is it? Norco is another little area that you still have lots of horse people and things like that. Oh yeah, crashed into the mountains, huh? Yeah, that'll happen there. I think I flew in there one time. I'm gonna get some ortho for it. I just had the default. I guess this little route takes us right between the Chino hills here. I guess this ain't the Chino Hills. This is, I don't know what hills these are called. The Chino Hills are those guys right there. Yeah, there's lots of nice housing out this way, and it's you know, it's a little bit a ways from LA, so it's a little bit more affordable. All right, I think I'm gonna go visual here. We'll just let the plane make the final turn here, and then we'll go inbound. In fact, what am I going to do here? Now, keep that. I'll wait till we do that final turn right there. Then I was going to switch over to the ILS. But I guess we can actually capture it here. So let me go heading, hold. Flop that over, and then don't know what the heck our heading was. Runway 26, so something like that. Yeah, all these little pasture lands here are starting to get built up with houses. I'm still just on heading hold here. Here's our airport. We'll just hold it 2100 here. Kind of came down a little bit too fast. We're actually going to land on the right runway. Less taxiing. And I think I might have mentioned it before, but someplace around here is a giant Amazon warehouse. That's what all these things are out here. Lots of warehouses right around, you know, obviously you've got Ontario Airport. So Amazon has like a warehouse that's literally like a mile long someplace out here. Alright, autopilot off. Let's go ahead and do the rest of this ourselves here. We'll kill the music and turn up the sounds here. And we will see all of the beautiful grass that I planted in Chino here using the editor. And let's get the gear down, full flaps, let the speed bleed off. And landing light on. What I love about the Eclipse here, it just you can come in really fast, really close to the airport, and then when you pull the power back and drop the gear, this thing starts slowing down really nicely. I said, do you usually shoot for like 100 knots touchdown speed? I usually shoot for like 90, between 90 and 100 really. My approaches here like this, I'm at like 110. I'm a little bit slower than normal. I usually go for 115 on final approach, and then start slowing down from like this point down, with preferably touching down someplace around 90. This airplane is so underpowered, so you really got to keep an eye on the airspeed once you start letting it bleed off like I'm doing here. So power's all the way back, just float it down to the runway here. Alright, welcome to Chino. See if we can make this turn off here. We'll park by the palm trees I planted here. Yeah, see all the grass right here? So that's all I planted all this grass. And some of the trees. What I did was went into the world editor and started going bananas, planting, I don't know, fixing up the airports, putting a little bit of grass here and there, putting the trees where they're supposed to be. And flaps up, get cleaned up over here. Yeah, I used to fly into Chino here from San Diego way back in the day because they have a lot of the World War II planes are based out of here. You know, like the not the Confederate Air Force, but there's like there's two different sort of air museums close by. I think one of them's on the airfield here, and then one of them is in one of the other airports right next door. But a lot of the guys keep their World War II planes here, and I remember coming over here in real life just to check out the planes. I think I'm gonna park it right over here by the fence. Alright, there we go. Alright, parking brake on. And I never put my I already turned my landing light off. Alright, beacon strobes can come off, and let's just shut her down. Pop the door open here. Well guys, thanks for tagging along. And welcome to Chino here. I can kind of smell the manure already. Left over. Air Power Museum. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's kind of fun. So, anyway, I'm going to call it a night, or an afternoon here. I'm going to go get some dinner. Thanks for watching, and until next time, guys, take care.